Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to another video, and wow, what a race and what an opener to the 2020 season. Was it worth the 8-month long wait? Maybe, maybe not, but regardless, this was an unbelievable race, and this week I hope we get the same again. To be honest, even if the race was incredibly boring, I still probably wouldn't care after finally seeing F1 cars racing again. So the fact that it was a fantastic race really just was the cherry on top of the cake. So anyway, let's begin with the main talking point. Lando Norris, P3, fastest lap. What an absolutely incredible drive from Lando. Of course, he did get quite lucky to end up on the podium in the first place, but even still, I really can't take anything away from him, because that was just an absolute masterclass drive. It's also interesting how weirdly similar both Carlos and Lando's first podiums were. They both finished on the podium in third because of a 5-second penalty applied to Lewis Hamilton as a result of crashing into Alex Albon. Anyway, before I move on from Lando, I want to talk about that last lap. Seeing the gap between Hamilton and Norris slowly decrease was probably one of the most tense moments of the whole race. And when he did cross the line on lap 72, taking the fastest lap no less, I genuinely got out of my seat and cheered when the gap was confirmed to be less than 5 seconds. It's crazy that if you told someone a couple years back during the McLaren Honda period that in a race McLaren would go on to finish 3rd and 5th, get the fastest lap and are now 2nd in the constructors, they probably wouldn't believe you, and it just goes to show the massive improvement in McLaren over the last couple of years. So anyway, let's move on from Lando's unbelievable drive and get onto some other key points, starting with Hamilton's penalty when he crashed into Albon. To be honest, I don't have much to say about this because I don't claim to be particularly good at arguing with the stewards' decisions. I just go along with them and say fair enough, I suppose. And with this incident, maybe 5 seconds was a little bit harsh, but at the end of the day I think it was a fair call, and it put Lando on the podium. Speaking of which, it's sad to see Albon once again not making it onto the podium, but to be fair, he probably will make it onto the podium this year with Red Bull, whereas McLaren probably won't, or maybe they will. We'll just have to wait and see. Moving on now, and I want to talk about Valtteri Bottas, and with all the hype around Lando Norris, it's easy to forget what a dominant drive it was from Bottas. Bottas got pole position, won the race, and pretty much led every lap in an absolutely unbelievable drive, and I think not enough people are talking about it. Bottas dominated that race with Hamilton finishing 4th, so he already has a pretty good 13-point advantage over Hamilton in the championship. It's amazing to think that there is a decent possibility that Bottas could potentially win the championship, so I can't wait to see how this season unfolds. Moving on once again, and I want to talk about another incredible drive, this time from Charles Leclerc, finishing up in 2nd with some truly unbelievable overtakes. Particularly the one on Perez up into turn 3, he was so far back but he still committed and got that move done. I don't think many people expected a Ferrari in 2nd after that disastrous qualifying on Saturday in P7 and P11, but that just goes to show what a talent Leclerc is. His teammate though, Sebastian Vettel, well, he really didn't have a great race, did he? Starting in 11th and finishing 10th. This is definitely a race to forget for him. Unfortunately, Vettel probably doesn't care too much anymore. He knows he's off at the end of the year, and sadly, I don't think he'll be trying all too hard for the remainder of the 2020 season. It's sad to see a 4-time champion so far down the order, but hopefully Ferrari has a resurgence of speed later on in the season and starts bringing everything to Mercedes. Another thing I want to talk about from this race is just how many retirements there were. 9 cars didn't finish the race, and all of them were mechanical issues and not the result of driver mistakes. It's just weird to think that almost half the grid suffered from reliability issues, like in a race from the 60s where the cars were so much more prone to issues. So to summarise this race, I'm gonna make a bold statement saying that this race was on par with Germany last year. It was that good. I've never been more excited in F1 as when Lando Norris took the fastest lap on the final lap to come 3rd place. But yeah, I don't know what more to say about the race itself. Obviously, it was unbelievably good, and I just hope the Styrian Grand Prix continues with another banger. So now I want to look back at my predictions I made for the Austrian Grand Prix from my video a couple days back, because I wasn't even close. I said the podium would go Verstappen wins, Hamilton second and Albon third, when in reality Bottas won, then Leclerc, then Lando, so I couldn't be more wrong. I also said Williams would surprise us all and not be last but around P15 or P16, and in reality Latifi finished P11, but that's still last place, and Russell retired with engine problems. And I said Russell would beat Latifi in all of practice, quali and the race, which was true for everything except the race, since obviously Russell retired. And also I predicted Ocon would surprise us all on his return to F1 and come around P7. Well, in reality he came P8, but that's only thanks to all the retirements during the race, which really helped him out. To be honest, we really didn't see a lot of the drivers on TV during the race. I don't think we saw the likes of Ocon or Giovinazzi once throughout the entire race. Anyway, some stuff I got right is that Mercedes would be on pole, which it was, and that there would be at least 4 retirements and 2 or more safety cars, which there definitely was. Anyway, I don't really have anything else to say about the Austrian Grand Prix, and now I just want to make 5 quick predictions for the Styrian Grand Prix next week. And yes, I'll be blunt, I kind of nabbed this idea from WTF1, but I think it's just fun to make predictions for future races, even if they're completely wrong. So my predictions are: Bottas once again wins the race, Albon will get his first podium, McLaren is best of the rest again, Hamilton will be on pole, and Russell will actually dominate Latifi in every session this time. But anyway guys, that's it for my review of the 2020 Austrian Grand Prix. If you enjoyed, be sure to subscribe, comment, share, and I'll see you all in the next video. See ya!